It's been a long time since the invasion, 20 years ago. Some of our brothers, I fought with some of these brothers in Afghanistan in '01 and '02, and then led the invasion, which was kind of an homage to the blitzkrieg warfare of World War II, except with special operations on platforms that we had never used before. I found it was incredibly successful, considered that we work in 5-man teams, and now we're working as a 100-man front mounted on vehicles, no armor, no doors, heavy guns. In a sense, our armor was our vigilance, and the mission was to get to Baghdad and cut the head off the snake, and any way we could. It was a demolition derby meets, gumball rally with weapons and explosives and RPG teams and incoming, outgoing artillery, and we fought for 3 weeks straight with maybe a day of sleep, and we were fighting in mop suits and gas masks, and all the men, but a few of us, myself and maybe 1 or 2 others, had dysentery, were throwing up and diarrhea, and still not a bad attitude anywhere. We just kept going hard because we had each other, and that's why this is so important, that we're together here again from that time that was so galvanizing to our individual identities. And also, we all struggle with the after effects of combat too. Many of us went back to fight in Fallujah and Ramadi. There's a few of us here that are still professional operators. An athlete my whole life. I wrestled and I kickboxed. I trained with China's national team. I became an international champion kickboxing. But I grew up on comic books. I grew up on John Rambo. I grew up on Rocky Balboa. I grew up on Bruce Lee, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Batman. I'm an orphan, so I didn't have a mother or father. I was left and neglected and then ultimately taken by the state, my brothers and I. So I looked at the pantheon of heroes. I was in love with manhood, and I wanted to be a man, and so I found it through sport and discipline. And I joined the Marine Corps to go fight in Kosovo because I saw a documentary of orphans that were in Sniper Alley, and I was compelled to do my part. So I joined as an infantryman to go fight for these kids. I excelled. I was honor grad and Ironman of boot camp and SOI, and I was afforded to try out for Recon. And Recon is the Special Operations Force of the Marine Corps. Of a Marine Corps of 300,000, there's only 300 men like us. And the selection is extreme. Very few make it. By the grace of God and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, I made it to Recon, and it changed my life. After I was fighting in Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iraq multiple times, and as a team leader, I went to do counterterrorism as well in Northeast Africa. Generation Kill is produced. I'm an actor on it, playing myself and military advising. Then I started doing some survival TV and some modeling and some films. And I had 1 foot in operations, 1 foot in media, just trying to find my way. Nothing was fulfilling long enough to keep the wolves at bay. The depression, the anxiety, it all came from me eventually. I couldn't outwork it. I couldn't outrun it.